are we? Trog, how did you get us lost again?
I didn't get us lost. Just Mike said the bar was this way.
Why you always have to blame the Mexican?
You're Mexican?
Look, let's focus.
Hey, did you hear that?
Yeah. Hey, we found the Mad Please cave.
Oh, really, Sherlock? Shut up and let's listen.
Yeah, Mike, shut up. It's time for the Mad Please Show.
Today's show is brought to you by Top Studios,
where they specialize in voiceovers, audio, and video production. Contact them at 732-781-8032.
We're getting on board the Mad Please train and leaving the station, so get on board.
All right. Good day, everybody. How are you? You're listening to the Man Please Show. I'm your host, Trog. I'm glad to be here. And welcome you. It's Friday. Potpourri Friday. Potpourri. Doesn't smell like potpourri in here for some reason. Maybe because there's only a stinking man up in this joint. It does not smell like potpourri, but it is Potpourri Friday. And it's April 4th, 2014, and it's 3:01 in the PM. Glad to be here. Man, I am so excited about spring. I'm a seasonal kind of guy. I'm coming out of my long winter's nap so that I can take a long spring nap. I love my naps. But I do kind of come alive in the spring. I love the explosion of color and all the shades. You know, they say my yard is covered with, I don't know what they are, but it's some kind of little teeny purple flower, and they're everywhere, and they're blooming now. I don't know. I'm sure it's some kind of a weed. I don't much think it's a flower, although these little purple flowers are beautiful, and it just looks like a plush carpet across there till the dogs go out there and trample it and pee on it and poopily doopily on it. And then, of course, I clean it up. Yeah, right. But I love fruit bushes and trees. I love fruit. And I have so many trees on my yard. I love it because I've always wanted to live under a tree when I was growing up. You know, I thought, that'd be cool. I want to live under a tree. Well, I live under a couple of trees now, actually. You know, almost 100-year-old house, and I love it. But there's so much. It's such a beautiful place. There's so much color, and I love cherries. Cherries are my favorite fruit. I'm sure I've already told y'all this, but I got 3 cherry trees, and they're blooming. And man, it's like they just can't wait to explode their blooms. I mean, the little buds look like they're just about to burst, and all of those blooms are going to be cherries eventually. And I love me some cherries. And these are still little baby trees. This is only the second year that I've had 2 of them, and I just planted one this winter, actually. So they're still young, but they grow fast. So they'll be huge cherry trees. And I know a lot of people don't like fruit trees anymore because they create a mowing nightmare. And I know I wouldn't have an apple tree. You know, I'm not crazy about apples anyway, but you can't mow around an apple tree. I mean, you'd be killing people and knocking windows out. And I know there's, what are they, persimmon trees. My neighbor across the street has a persimmon tree, And that thing produces persimmons. And you can't mow around those things. It's a nightmare for him. I kind of feel sorry for him. He's a nice guy. But, hey, cut it down. You don't like it? Cut it down. But cherry trees, on the other hand, are not as bad. I have some wild mulberry trees. I actually have two, I guess standard. They look like little blackberries, but they're mulberries. They grow on a tree, not a bush. And I have one in my backyard that grows white ones. I think it's called an albino mulberry tree, and it grows little white ones. And I didn't know that for the longest time. I've lived at my house for, I guess, eight years in August, and I always thought that it was, it was a mulberry tree that its mulberries just never ripened. They got white and they just never ripened. So I never would eat any of those. And then I researched it and I found out that they're actually sweeter. And so now I eat them like crazy. I've made jelly with them, but I just like to gather them and eat them like blackberries. Get a bowl of them and clean them, put them in my fridge, and I eat them, put them on a salad, different things. Mulberries. See, back when this house was built, 1922, people, if they wanted fruit, they had to have fruit trees. It wasn't so easy to go down to Harris Teeter and get you some fresh fruit from Chile. Where'd your cherries come from? Oh, they come from Chile, but they taste like North Carolina cherries. Well, back in 22, if you wanted fruit, you grew it. And so I've got an area back in the corner that I'm going to put some blackberry bushes, thornless. You can get them thornless now, so you don't have to go through the pain of eating wild blackberries. They have thornless bushes, so I'm getting some of those. Modern conveniences. And maybe some raspberry. I don't know. We don't eat that many raspberries, but when the trees get fully grown, I plan on gathering the cherries, and I'm going to put out a table out by the street. And it's going to be an honor system. There'll be a lock box kind of bolted to the table, so if they steal the whole table, good, more power to them. But, there'll be a little slot, and each box will be like $3 or $5. I'll make it simple. A box of cherries, $5. And just set up as many boxes as I can set out there and then leave them. Work, go to work during the day, blah, blah, blah. And let people come by, stop, get them a box, put a $5 bill in the lock box, get on down the road. That's how they used to do it back in the day. Well, it is Potpourri Friday, right? And we're let's see, Potpourri Friday. So Potpourri Friday, we can do anything we want. So we got a little treat for you. One of our most popular episodes was a Potpourri Friday, and we did this, so we're going to do it again. So stick around and check out your surprise. We'll be right back.
Making beautiful memories last. Top Studios professional photo, audio, and video production. We offer unique packages not found anywhere else. Our wedding package includes a 30-second high-production video or audio invitation and a fairy tale love story video with professional narration. Top Studio will also give you a beautiful photo album with high-quality pictures that you can show your loved ones time and time again. For more information, call 732-781-8032.
I have a particular set of skills that I have acquired. And if you listen to the Man Please show, that will be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you, and I will find you, and tickle you till you cry.
All right, did you do the dishes?
I did.
Did you vacuum?
I did.
You're not going to blow your nose at the table anymore?
No, I won't.
Okay, you drive.
All right, let's go.
And don't embarrass me by yelling yippee when we get there.
Okay.
Sarah's Kebab Shop. Treat yourself to a menu that includes a wide range of food options from beef or chicken kebabs to one of the tastiest burgers in town. Hot and cold subs and Greensboro's best gyros. Sarah's Kebab Shop. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Located at 5553 West Market Street in Greensboro, right beside the DMV. And call them at 336-355-9260. Sarah's Kebab Shop. Reward yourself. Yippee! Man, please.
Yes, sir. You are indeed listening to the Man Please show. I'm your host, Trog. Glad to be here. It's a beautiful Potpourri Friday. It's April 4th. I had fun April Fool's Day. I actually played a April Fool's Day joke on my wife, my beloved bride, Miss Renee. I know she don't mind me saying her name. I was talking to her on the phone. It came to me. It was very spontaneous. But that's how I operate. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of guy. And I recently applied for a permit to purchase a handgun. And you can do that online. It's a pretty easy process to go through. They do a background check, which I passed, by the way. That's right. Yeah. And so you know, they check you out, and then they email you and say, yeah, you're okay. We'll give you a permit to buy one gun, you know. And you have to go down to the sheriff's office to pick it up. So I had applied for mine, and I was waiting, and I had heard back. I got the email. Yes, you've been approved. And you can come down to the sheriff's office and pick it up anytime you want. You got 30 days. Excellent. So, you know, I was talking to my wife, which I do frequently throughout the day. We like to just hear each other's voice, you know. So, we were talking, and it occurred to me that, you know, hey, I want to tell her that I got my permit. I get to go pick it up. And so I said, hey, and it right at that moment, I thought, you know what, I'm going to play a joke on her. And so instead of telling her that I got my permit, it was approved, I got to go down to the sheriff's office, I had gotten out. I'm going down to the sheriff's office. I had gotten that out, and spontaneously, I thought, April Fools. And here is the April Fool's joke I played. You know, my wife and I have been married just over 2 years. We've been together over 3 years. But that's relatively a short amount of time. And somebody in their 50s, you know, they could have a past. You don't know. And you might not find that out in 3 years, right? I guess you probably should nowadays with all the technology. You can Google anybody. But anyway, got a little scratch here. So I I had told her, I'm going down to the sheriff's office. I said, yeah. I said, I got a phone call from the sheriff's office saying that I had some kind of outstanding warrant or something, and that I needed to come on down to the sheriff's office and take care of it. And if I didn't come right away, that they would have to take further action. I said, I don't have a clue what it is. And she's like, what? Really? I was like, yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything, so I'm sure it's nothing. But that lady seemed real serious. It was almost threatening sounding. And Renee was like, really? Yeah. And she's like, oh, Lord. And she actually said that. Oh, Lord. And I thought, okay, well, mission accomplished. I said, April Fools. I got her. Oh, my gosh. I thought I was going to have to call an ambulance for her. Evidently, I shot that blood pressure up and scared her a little bit more than I intended on. So I reassured her. I said, actually, it's quite the opposite. I said, I'm going to get my permit, which means they did a background check on me, which means I'm not an axe murderer or they're not looking for me. And so, I don't have a criminal background. So it was quite reassuring, but I had such a good time. Although it did occur to me, because she said that she was going to get me back, so it did occur to me that I wonder if she's going to call the sheriff's office and say, look, my husband just played this April Fool's joke on me. I'd like to get him back. So when he comes down there to pick up his permit, would you fake arrest him, please? Woo! I'm glad she don't think like I do. That would have messed me up. I don't think they would do that, though, for fear of legal action. So anyway, that was my April Fool's joke story. Pretty good, huh? So, with it being Potpourri Friday, we had an episode of the Man Police Show that has gotten quite a bit of play. Excuse me. And it happened to be a Potpourri Friday episode that I played. There's a comedian that I think is the funniest comedian there is. Everybody has an opinion about that, and this is mine. A guy called Brian Regan. I don't know. What's amazing to me is most people I talk to have no idea who Brian Regan is. But when I let them hear his comedy, oh man, they are on the floor laughing. I've never seen them laugh so hard. But nobody's ever heard of him. But he is popular. I mean, he's actually going to be in Charlotte or Raleigh, one of the two, I think in May. And we were going to go, but it turns out I don't think we are. But so he's still, I mean, he's very, I don't know. I was going to say he's very popular, but he's not. But the people that like him, love him. He's got real clean humor, but it's humor that we can identify with. He's very visual too. He sort of reminds me of Jim Carrey, the way he can manipulate his face. But his spoken comedy, if you just listen to it, is very easy. I mean, it's funny too. So it's funnier to see him, but to hear him is a blast. So I'm going to play some of his, and this is on YouTube, so it's, I'm not stealing it or anything. It's called Brian Regan, The Epitome of Hyperbole. I have no idea what that means. I know what epitome means, but I'm not sure what hyperbole means. I'm just a dumb radio talk show host. But golly, I have allergies, and they are kicking. That's one thing I do dislike about spring is all of the allergens in the air. Drives me crazy. I'm so allergic. Anyway, the epitome of hyperbole. Let's check it out. I'm going to stay on the line with you here too, so we can laugh together. Brian Regan, the epitome of hyperbole. This is the full show. I'm not playing the full show, but it is the full show. And it is on YouTube, so you can look it up and play it anytime you'd like.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brian Regan.
It's a huge stadium, so, he pulls in lots of people.
Thank you very, very much. You guys are great, man. Thanks. I was at the breakfast table this morning, and I read in the newspaper that more and more adults are living at home with their parents. That surprised me. I was like, Mom, did you read this?
Mom!
So surprised I caught Fruit Loops all over my bib. Came out all haphazardly. I'm joking. My mom read that for me. Sound it out. Sound it out. Maury and Maury. Adults. I don't like reading the newspaper. Because, first of all, it's hard. Also, they never wrap up a story on the front page, and I'm never curious enough to go inside.
Yeah, it's too much work, right?
To find out how anything ever ends. And after a 9-year trial, the jury finally came in with the verdict of continued on page 22, column C. I guess I'll never know.
I guess I'll
You ever see these people? I want to learn. I want to be a learner of things. You want me to know what's going on? You put a picture of it on the front page. Reading's hard. You ever try that? No, I read good.
Yeah, I read good.
Good lead.
Good lead.
But I hate when you're trying to read something and you come across the expression, one thing led to another. What in the hell kind of lazy writing is that? Isn't that your job as the writer to tell me how this led to that? You can just throw that in there? Adolf Hitler was rejected as a young man in his application to art school. One thing led to another. And the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the sovereign nation of Japan. This is some pamphlet! It's hard to read. I hate when a sentence drags on, because my brain can't handle a long sentence. The corporation had originally decided that a restructuring of its charter should be preceded by a preliminary, what in the hell is going on? Okay, here we go. All right.
Oh, he's focusing.
The corporation. Okay, the corporation.
He's visualizing.
Put smokestacks on that. Had originally, okay, this thing had before. I'm going to move that to the past, and that's a timeline. The smokestacks, they're not even here yet. That's a coming.
It's a coming.
The corporation had originally decided, hey, we better. I put little people in the window making decisions. Hey, we better. That's how I read in the library. Hey, smokestack. Hey. People are like, what are you doing? Shh, I'm trying to read.
I'm trying to learn how to read better, you know. I took a speed reading course, and not to brag, but my speed shot up to 43 pages a minute. But my comprehension plummeted. Take the good with the bad, man. I was blind. Sparks coming off the fingertips. People next to me in class, he's a rapid reader. Proud, you know. I'm trying to learn how to read because I read better. Because I hear it's like good for you or something. Anybody here? It's got a good reputation, right? Nobody ever badmouths it. You never see a point-counterpoint show about reading. And in the pro side of reading, like a professor with a bow tie. And in the opposite side, hey, let me tell you something. Reading don't never do nothing. Because if you hazarded, if you did hazarded a book, and you have looks at it, then you might not even know why you had to do that. I have nothing to add. I'd like to yield the remainder of my time to my opponent. In the interest of fairness, please. If reading makes you smart, then how come when you read a book, they have to put the title of the book on the top of every single page in that book? Does anyone ever get halfway through a book? What the hell am I reading? Oh, it's right there at the top. Okay.
What the hell am I reading?
I forget again. Oh, it's right there. Whoa, that is handy. I don't know what Yes, I do. Yes, I do now. That's good. I don't want to have to go all the way back to the cover. Didn't know what I was reading. No, I was reading something. Didn't know what. Every page. Why? When you go to the movies, they don't put the title on the top of the screen.
Oh, this is all visual, so you're missing the joke, but he's in the theater looking at the screen, forgetting what he's looking at, then looking at the top and remembering.
Okay. I was seeing all these apes, and I'm thinking, what is going on? It's a planet of them. Okay. If the whole planet is of them, that explains these apes.
A whole planet of apes.
Yeah, bring it up. I'm bragging because I did some writing for that movie, the remake of Planet of the Apes, you know. I didn't write the script or anything, but I wrote some lines that they ended up not using. You don't know if they're going to use them or not. I wrote one line. I thought it would have been perfect. I don't know if anyone saw the movie. It's the scene where the ape general comes in and they're trying to decide if they should attack right then or wait until a little bit later. And I wrote, man, these bananas are good! Yeah, but they didn't use it. You know?
They didn't use it.
All that research, you know?
Man, these bananas are good.
You know a movie's not going to be good when the reviews they pick for the ads are like from really obscure publications, you know? Terrific, says the Hoboken Auto Trader. Thumbs up, says Chang's Chinese takeout menu.
Thumbs up. James.
If a movie makes it really big, they do the obvious thing, right? They make an amusement park ride out of it. I've seen this all over the country. Batman, the ride. Superman, the ride. And the connection is obvious. You get off, man, that was just like the movie. Only the movie had a storyline and characters, and that was a little more like a roller coaster, but other than that. What in the hell did that have to do with that motion picture? They've tried a lot of movie rides. Some just way too scary, you know? JFK, the ride!
was sitting in a car. He kept looking up.
I would never want to be a movie star, man. Not that I've been asked. Remember there was a plot to kidnap Russell Crowe? It's true. It was a kidnapping plot. For the life of me, I don't know how anyone would ever come up with an idea like that. There's some guy sitting at his checkbook, trying to pay bills. Honey, I don't know how we're going to pay this Visa bill. Oh, yes, I do. What was a spark? I got that plan rolling. We're getting Crow! How are you going to pull that off? You're like, maybe see him at a public event. Excuse me, Mr. Crow. Just wondering if I can get an autograph. Yeah, all right, you got a pen? In my van.
Try to get him to follow him. Follow me to my van.
That's how kidnappers walk. Oh, man. I don't know enough things. That's why I hate going to parties, because everybody else seems to know stuff. You know how you're supposed to mingle around? You ever walk up to a group at a party and then you instantly find out they're talking about something that's way over your head? I never know what to do in that situation. I wish I knew how to say, I don't know what you're talking about. May I still stand here? I'm going to start doing that. I was at a party and I walked up to these people and they were talking about art. And I don't know anything about art. So, of course, I said, oh, I love art. Oh, no. Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
All right. Oh, my gosh. That dude is hilarious. That's Brian Regan, the epitome of hyperbole. And it is on YouTube, so you can see it anytime you want. You just type in Brian Regan, R-E-G-A-N. We're going to play some more of it. When we come back from this little break, let's see here. Yeah. Stick around, y'all.
Top Studios offers professional voiceover work for videos and websites. Let Top Studios produce a high-quality audio commercial for your business that can be played on the radio or on the web. Our professional voiceover talents will help you better promote the quality of your product and or service. We also specialize in industrial training and safety videos. Top Studios, professional photo, audio, and video production. For more information, call 732-781-8032.
You are all listening to the Man Please Show. Gracias, amigos.
Nurse, set up an IV. And you, her boyfriend. You were the driver?
Yes, doctor, but I didn't mean to hurt her. I only had a few drinks. I was just buzzed.
Just buzzed? Oh, then your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great.
She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Man, please.
Yes, sir. The epitome of hyperbole. Somebody tell me what hyperbole means. I guess I could look it up. I'm too lazy. You can call the show anytime you like. 336-763-5482. I'll say it again. 336-763-5482. It's also on our website, manplease.com. You can go there for any number of reasons. You can listen to the most current show, or you can listen to any archived show that's available. You can read about me and Just Mike and Little M. And you can also contact us. There's a page, tell us what you think, that you can leave me a message. It goes straight to my email. And I promise I'll look at all my emails, unless they're spam. I fry spam and put it on bread with mayonnaise. I don't read it. And but I read your emails, so and I'll respond if they require a response. Let's see. Also, those of you who are listening on the web page, you can also go to Spreaker, Spreaker, Spreaker.com. You can check us out there. That's actually where we broadcast, actually through Spreaker. And it's just Spreaker.com. You could even set up your own. If you had the stuff, you could broadcast yourself. It's easy peasy. But it's a great way to reach folks. It's a great way to. There's a lot of good amateur entertainment on there, and there's a lot of professional entertainment on there. So, and the Man Please show's on there. So you can check us out all number of places. So we're going to pick back up here. The epitome of hyperbole, Mr. Brian Regan from YouTube.
Well, what museums have you been to? I have to go home now. I could not think of a single museum name. And I had just released I Love Art like a flock of doves. I don't know what to do. I'm standing there. And then I remembered I had read about a museum in France or something. So I figured I'm lying anyway. I might as well lie to get out of that first lie. There's nothing smarter than that technique. I was like, well, I was in Paris at the Louvre. Do you like Monet? I love Monet. In fact, I spent a lot of Monet when I was in Paris. Well, what's your favorite Cézanne?
Cézanne.
Winter.
What is your favorite Cézanne? That is Spreaker.
Do you like Francis Bacon? I prefer Jimmy Dean pure pork sausage. How do you decide if art is any good? Who's in charge of that, you know? Realistic art, you can tell because you can compare it to the real thing. Hey, there's a painting of a bowl of fruit. Hey, there's a real bowl of fruit. That's a great painting.
A real bowl of fruit.
It looks just like a bowl of fruit. Everybody agrees and you move on. Man, that guy can paint some fruit. That looks just like an apple. But abstract art, who decides if that's good or not? Like Picasso, he puts two eyes on the same side of the face. And if I were judging, I'd have to take points off. Pablo, look around. Does anyone have two eyes on the same side of the face? No, hence the low score. And people say, well, that's just it, Brian. He sees things differently. Well, then he shouldn't be painting. Might want to give him a camera because he's not even close on these images. Not sure if that's open-minded or not. I'm trying to be open-minded as I get older. I'm trying to do things I had never done. Like I recently went to 3 different ballets, and I loved trying to learn how to like those a little bit. 3 different ballets, and they all had like the same story. So I wrote a ballet. I'm gonna submit it. This is the ballet I wrote. This man meets this woman, and he wants to marry her, but he can't marry her because she's already getting ready to marry somebody else. So they all dance around for a couple hours.
They all dance around for a couple hours.
I put in parentheses, do a lot of that up on the toe business. Which I seem to like to do. I've been to one opera, which I liked. I just didn't know what was going on. It was like another language or something like that. So I wish I would have an interpreter come out between the lyrics so you could follow the story, you know? Like the big guys out there. Oh, he kind of likes her. But she's really not paying any attention to him or anything. Something about his boot and a radiator.
How about his boot? I don't know.
I wish I knew another language, man. I studied Spanish growing up in Miami, Florida, but I never saw any of the phrases applied that we learned. We never went to downtown Miami where the older Cuban men would play dominoes, drink Cuban coffee, and smoke cigars. They weren't saying the stuff that we had learned in Spanish class, you know. There are many books in the library.
Many books in the library.
The tractor is red.
The tractor is red.
I have a canary. And it is pretty. Pretty canary. Pretty canary. They are pretty. I remember taking Spanish tests when I was in school. I would just take all the English words and add O to the end of them. I got an F-O. You want to know, or else, you know, because you get in situations if you don't know. I recently went through the Burger King drive-thru, and I got talked into buying a franchise in Pensacola, Florida. I don't even know what happened. I'm at the window. Yeah, I'd like a hamburger. Would you like franchise with that? Y Pensacola. Yes, I would.
Yes, I would.
Glad I had a coupon. 50 cents off. 50 cents.
You like to write a franchise?
I don't even know English. I had a guy come up to me after a show. Weirdest thing ever said to me. He goes, "You mispronounced every word in your show." If that is not the epitome of hyperbole.
Or the epitome of hyperbole. The epitome of hyperbole.
I'm trying to learn stuff, man. I'm watching TV, doing everything I can think of. I've been watching these law shows, the real law stuff. I never understand when they say, "A no-nonsense judge presided over the trial." A no-nonsense judge. As opposed to what? A typical judge, I guess, who starts a trial. Okay. I would like to begin by spinning the propeller on my beanie. You may have gathered I am a nonsense judge. If any anyone says anything that makes sense, I'll overrule it. Let the nonsense begin.
Nonsense begin.
What the hell are they talking about? I know judges are not allowed to give out cruel or unusual punishment. Cruel, of course, but unusual, I mean, who's to say? I'm sure some judges have bumped up against the line on that one. For your punishment, I want you to place a slice of bologna upon your face. Cut out the eye holes. I want you to put on some burlap shoes. Go to the local mall and begin yodeling. Objection, Your Honor, a bit unusual, don't you think? All right, 10 days in jail.
A bit unusual, don't you think?
You know what the lamest crime is? Loitering. Loitering. Can you imagine a guy with a 30-page rap sheet? That's all it says on there. Loitering, 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 loitering. This guy's got nowhere to go. Loitering, loitering, loitering.
He's got nowhere to go.
What do you do with a guy like that? Throw him in jail where he can't go anywhere? Loitering. Is something really a crime when it's remedied as easily as, all right, move along?
All right, move along.
And on the other end of the spectrum, I think the most horrible name for a crime has to be manslaughter. Damn. Can you please change the terminology? Can anything conjure up anything more hideous? So what are you in for? Manslaughter! Manslaughter. I slaughtered a man! Just like a pig! Put him on a spit, put an apple in his mouth! Slaughtered. What are you in for? Loitering! I'm like you, man. I live on the edge. They're like, you gotta move along. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Like, you gotta move along. I'm like, I don't think so. Oh, man. Man. Loitering. Remedied as easy as, all right, move along. That shouldn't be a crime. But manslaughter. Wow. That's funny stuff. What do y'all think? Y'all think he's funny? I think he's hilarious. And he's clean. That's what's so nice about it. He's good and clean. Well, I don't know how good and clean he is, but his material is good and clean. Oh, me. So, we're gonna take another little short break. And we're going to come back, wrap things up. I got a little something I want to talk about. The razor blade case. What do you think about that? Let's talk when you come back. Stick around.
You are listening to the Man Please Show. Thank you. Come again.
Making beautiful memories last. Top Studios professional photo, audio, and video production. We offer unique packages not found anywhere else. Our wedding package includes a 30-second high-production video or audio invitation and a fairy tale love story video with professional narration. Top Studio will also give you a beautiful photo album with high-quality pictures that you can show your loved ones time and time again. For more information, call 732-781-8032. All right, did you do the dishes?
I did.
Did you vacuum?
I did.
You're not going to blow your nose at the table anymore?
No, I won't.
Okay, you drive.
All right, let's go.
And don't embarrass me by yelling yippee when we get there.
Okay.
Sarah's Kebab Shop. Treat yourself to a menu that includes a wide range of food options from beef or chicken kebabs to one of the tastiest burgers in town. Hot and cold subs and Greensboro's best gyros. Sarah's Kebab Shop. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Located at 5553 West Market Street in Greensboro, right beside the DMV. And call them at 336-355-9260. Sarah's Kebab Shop. Reward yourself. Yippee!
Man, please. Man, please. That's all I can think to say. I want to talk about heck, I can't even think where it happened right off. But have you heard about the person or persons that went into a playground, a public playground for little children, toddlers, and they glued razor blades everywhere that these little children on this playground, like, for example, the monkey bars, they had razor blades glued on one side of the monkey bar so that when a kid would come across it and grab the monkey bar, they would be grabbing the razor blade at the same time, thus splitting their hands wide open. And those razor blades were everywhere. They were on the monkey bars. They were on other swings and seesaws. I don't even know if they have seesaws anymore because they're so dangerous. Slide, all kind of, just everywhere that these little children could be cut up. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, they put them everywhere, so I guess surely they didn't think that people were just going to continue to come, and it would only take one child, but one is too many. But what do you think about somebody? I mean, what is it about somebody that makes them want to hurt children? Because children carry no guilt. They're not guilty of anything. They're innocent. You know? They're precious. And what motivates a person or people to want to hurt them? I mean, and hurt them, and in so many cases, even in their lives. What you know, it's such a debate about that, you know. And in my mind, there is no excuse, but I believe with every fiber that I have that these people are mentally disturbed. Because I can't imagine anyone in their right mental capacity being able to do a crime like that purposely, for no reason other than your own sick pleasure, hurt or kill a child. I'll tell you what, the people that do that get caught, the child molesters, the rapists, the people that victimize and hurt children and young people, young teenagers, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 11-year-old, their life in prison is, you want to talk about just going to prison is hell. But if you go to prison as a child molester, man, you are in for it. And I'm a compassionate man, but I really don't have much compassion for them. But then, you're like, well, why not? If it's a sickness, why not get them help? Well, you should get them help. You get them help while they're in prison. You don't let them use that as an excuse to get away with the crime. But you do, I think, a society that is interested in the welfare of its people seek help. And so, to our best abilities, try to get them help, try to find out what it is. In the process of helping someone, you may discover what it is about their brain, what it is about the way it works or the way it doesn't work, or the way some neuron is firing to some other neuron. I'll tell you what, we're so smart, we can get into it that deep and find out what's going on and see what's different. And then let's see if we can fix that. Let's not turn our backs on the condition. I know, it's hard not to want to turn your back on the person that has done the crime, but let's not turn our back on the condition, because you get rid of one, there's going to be another one to replace him or her. Right? There's always going to be another one. So what's the solution? Well, you find out what's not working. What ain't firing right. Isolate what it is, if we can. I'm just making a suggestion. I'm not a scientist, but it just seems logical. And we seem smart enough, Honestly, we do seem smart enough. Because they can look at the brain. I mean, I've watched shows. I know what they're capable of. They can look at brains and say what little teeny piece of the brain is controlling this, and what little teeny piece of the brain is controlling that, and what large piece of the brain is controlling this. They know those things. So let's figure out what ain't working with these child molesters and these people that want to hurt children, these razor blade. Let's find them, convict them, and put their behinds in jail. But then let's find out why they're malfunctioning. And let's see if we can fix it. That seems like a noble cause, doesn't it? Isn't it like, finding the cure, trying to find a cure to cancer? It's killing millions of people. Well, child molesters and child killers are killing our babies. So let's find a cure for that. I'm just saying. So, I guess I would just say to us as a society, let's rise up. Let's give ourselves a man, please. Let's figure out what ain't working with these people that want to hurt children. Let's find out what's wrong with them. Let's find out why they're malfunctioning. Let's see if we can fix it. Maybe we can't. I know that we have limitations, but I think we're smart enough to at least try, and let the public know what's going on with it. Try and then tell us what's going on. Hey, we tried this, it didn't work, but we tried this, and we found out that this part of the brain doesn't seem to be working right, so we're working on this. Just keep us informed. All right? And I'll keep you informed. Y'all stay in touch with us here at the Man Police Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you Monday. We'll be talking about the NCAA tournament. We'll have us a champion Monday. Well, not for the show, but we'll talk about it. Peace.
You've been listening to another live broadcast of the Man Please Show.
Today's show was brought to you by Top Studios, where they specialize in voiceovers, audio, and video production.
M, Just Mike, and myself want to thank you for listening to today's show, and be sure and listen next time on Spreaker.com and MadPlease.com as we bring you another live episode of the Mad Please Show.
Gracias, amigo.
Well, that's an hour of my life I'll never get back.
I kind of liked it.
Well, you're easily amused.
Shut up. Here they come.
Shh, you shush.
Damn it, guys. I think they see us.
To be continued.